Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight on Top Split TV, we're coming to you for round 7 of season 34 of Sunday Night Lights from the Great Barber Motorsports Park, where this week we've collected a bumper crop of the world's best Skippy drivers. Myself, Alex McKellar. It's joined as always by the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, massive night of racing ahead with field of 15 of the best going around.
That's exactly right, Alex. A 61-21 strength of field as well. And some interesting names, a couple of returns from a couple of guys we haven't seen from a while, which is always very exciting. And I'm really looking forward to how this race is going to go.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Couple of 6K softs in a row, 15 cars, couple of regulars sneaking in late in the day, which is great. But anyway, let's see who has turned up for this race. Returning champion Adam Miles, car number 1 out there tonight. Adam, of course, been very strong the past few seasons, and that culminated in taking out last season's championship. Another former champion joins us for Team Torpedo, Tim Hendrickson, car number 2. Took out the warm-up race comfortably. This one may present more of a challenge. Who knows? One of 4 8 or 9K drivers in the field, the third of which is the Cowboy, Sam Devanti for Cowboy Racing, leading the way for the ANZ drivers there tonight. A long time since we've seen Rasmus Vuori from Finland. The Flying Finn is back. It's been a while since we've seen him on track in the skips, but he is no slouch. Let me tell you, new to the game here on a Sunday night. Dylan Burse, an ANZ driver. I've seen him during the week. He's got a lot of pace. He's got to make sure he fuels the car up. But beyond that, he had a lot of speed around here. Great to see another ANZ driver fronting up on a Sunday night, flying the flag. Speaking of ANZ drivers, for generally stupid and slow motorsports is Captain 499, Mr. Neil Gardner. He's car number 6, just ahead of Jeff Randall, who's cracked the 7K mark in the last season or two, and also now can carry the title of SNL race winner. Car number 7 out there tonight, Corey, and looking to run up the front as he has done quite recently.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of speed around here too, Alex. Just hopefully he can keep his head on his shoulders and not have any silly little incidents in this one. Ryan Chenoweth is a car number 8 here tonight, Goose Juice Racer, and he's going to be looking for a decent result out there. He's another one with a little bit of pace. Christian Perez from Iberia. Great to see Christian out there having a crack once more as car number 9. Car 10, Team Clowns, front man, the boss man, the AusNZ driver of Vasco Sorosky. Got Daniel Ortuga from Scandinavia as car number 11, and a second clown in the field, Mr. Mark Lay from the Asia Club as car number 12, just missing out on Lucky 13, which goes the way of Mr. Brian Kelly from the Midwest. It's probably somewhere in the range of about 6:20 in the morning for him. So he's up bright and early in the morning. Jone Zorek from Central Eastern Europe is a car number 14, and then just sneaking into the field, and I mean absolutely sneaking into the field with a 3.8 KI rating. It's the sleepy cat himself, Mr. Peter Vandernoord from Bellano, as car number 15 tonight, Alex.
Great to see Peter in and about. Daniel Burse setting a couple of purple sectors there on his way to... Well, I wonder, yeah, there you go. Provisionally on pole with a 36.7 opening lap. That's fairly flying. Anything in the 36s here in quali, let alone on the first lap, is fantastic. Adam Miles now similarly setting at least one purple sector on his first lap. Coming to cross the line. What's that done for him? Surely that'll jump him up a bit, unless he's 1x'd it. Yeah, he must have 1x'd that first one, Corey. All to do in the second lap for Adam.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough one for Adam with having to rely on just his second lap. Although in saying that, a couple of drivers did that in the warm-up race as well, and they fared pretty well. In fact, in the warm-up race, it was Tim Hendrickson who 1x'd his second lap. but his first lap still stood on pole, and then Gardner 1x his first lap and folded to the pressure a little bit. Didn't get the greatest of qualifying efforts, but it looks like we are getting ready to end off the second lap here. The 2 car, Tim Hendrickson, should be the first one across the line as he's coming through the penultimate corner now. And let's see what kind of a lap time Hendrickson has here on his second lap, Alex.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he didn't 1x. Oh, he's using a bit of the track on the exit of the final corner. Looked like on the exit of the final sweeping chicane. No, but he drops it on pole with a 36.5, if you don't mind. Otuga, the next to cross the line by the looks. Potentially, no. I missed out. Chenoweth coming. Oh, Chenoweth's gone. He won't pay. Sorosky drops it on the second row for his second lap. Viore moving up the line. Gardner joins Sorosky on the second row. By the looks, fantastic effort there from Captain 499. I'm just trying to find Randall's rounding the final corner. What's he got for us? Mark Lay drops into the top 6. Miles onto the front row. Burst can only manage third. They're all the times are dropping thick and fast, but it's Hendrickson and Miles locking out the front row by the looks, Corey. Fantastic effort by the regulars here, although we've still got Perez to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And I was just watching Devancer as he come across the line. Not a great qualifying effort there for Sam, as it was only good enough for the 13th position. Perez going through the hairpin, so he's left his run to very late here, and he's looking pretty smooth. Currently in P5, and let's see how he goes here in the waterfall section, as I'm pretty sure this is what it's called, but it's what we like to call it if it's not. And taking all the curve there on the left-hander of the waterfall, and he's going to be looking for a pretty smooth end to the lap here now, Alex.
That's it, mate. He's coming up into that very fast fourth gear, turns 10 and 11. Chicane, then into 12 and 13, this sweeping, undulating. It's struggled to call it a chicane, but it kind of is. I don't know what the definition is there, but it kind of fits the bill. And then so typical of US circuits here, the elevation changes, the sweeping corners, quite unique corners. You know, Perez takes a wide line to sharpen up and compromise the exit of the penultimate corner. And then as he exits the last corner, every bit of the circuit that the good drivers will use. What's he got for us? Purple and 3 greens. Where does that put him? Only good enough for third in the end by the looks there, Corey. Let's go run through our grid as they stand. Hendrickson for Team Torpedo with a 36.5. Fantastic effort there from the Team Torpedo driver. Adam Miles for UK&I, just half tenth behind. Joins him on the front row starting second. Christian Perez, another 3 champions in a row. Former champions, peaky drivers. Christian Perez starts third. And newcomer Dylan Burse for Vendaval Sim Racing. 2/10 off pole, starts from P4. Jeff Randall for Gone Skippin' Racing starts out of 5th with the second ANZ driver behind Burse. Neil Gardner for Generally Stupid and Slow Racy starting out of 6th. Third ANZ driver on the grid. Starting from 7th for Team Clowns is Vasco Sorowski. His Clowns teammate Mark Lay starts out of 8th. Double Clowns on the 4th row. Daniel Otuga from Scandinavia starts out of 9th tonight. Rasmus Viore from Finland starts out of 10th. Ryan Chenoweth from Goose Juice Racing starts from 11th. Starting from 12th, Yune Zorek for Right Foot Breakers. As we go over the page. 13th, as you said, Corey, not starting so favourably tonight. The Cowboy for Sam Devantia starts out of 13th. Brian Kelly from the Midwest of the US of A starts out of 14th. And starting from your final grid slot on the circuit will be Sleepy Cats Racing's Peter Vandenord, whose name still gets cut off in the overlay. Sorry, Peter, but some amazing times, and I'm expecting an amazing race here tonight, Corey.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of my favorite tracks on the calendar, and not just for the sheer speed of it, just the technicality of this track, the rise and fall of the way that the track rolls through, the elevation changes here, and you know, not one but 2 carousel-like corners as the red lights mean rev. And the green lights mean go. We are underway here for round number 7, season 34, Sunday Night Lights from Barber Motorsports Park. And immediately Tim Hendrickson finds his way into the lead, and he'll lead us through turns 1 into turns 2 and 3, Alex.
That's it as they sweep around 2 and 3. Oh, there's already some clown action in the middle there. 2 by 2 towards the rear of the field. Getting it done as they crest the hill on the exit of the first sweeping. On the run down to hairpin for the first time at turn 5. It's Hendrickson. Oh, there's a move being made by Burst by the looks on the inside of turn 5. Well, how's he going to come out of it? Oh, this beautiful camera angles, but just a bit away from the action at this stage. But it's great to get the full spectrum of the field in this early stage. They head down through the waterfall for the first time. They've all managed to get line astern, too far away from the action. Of course, these cameras this season once again brought to us by Pim, but it's there we go back into the good ones as we come through the chicane at 10 and 11. Beautiful shots now as we see the full field in the one straight. For perhaps one of the only times in the whole race, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. This track has a way of weeding everyone out, separating them a little bit. And I'm pretty sure this track is where the hashtag Pockets of Excitement originated from. So we'll see how we go with this race. In the warm-up race, they kind of separated and then came back together, with the exception of Hendrickson and Gardner, who managed to pull themselves away from the pack. But we've got one car just weaving there a little bit on the front straight. I think that was Jeff Randall in the 7. He was just having a little look, maybe getting some air on the nose, you know, trying not to get too much of the draft there on the front straight, just so he can stay in line there. As our front group of 5 trying to pull away from the rest of the pack now, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, Corey. They going to have to work hard at it, I think, as the move now looks to come from Miles underneath Hendrickson into the hairpin for the second time. It looks like he might get it done potentially, but the drive will be with Hendrickson on the exit, as will be the inside run into the waterfall chicane. And it's Burst looking to, or Perez actually, who's jumped up to get ahead of Miles in there. Beautiful moves from Perez. Wow, it was actually Perez moving forward before. I called Burst, but it was Perez mistakenly. The Spaniard really looking to take his or make his mark on this one. Moves to reshape or rejoin the rivalry with his long-term sparring partner. Oh, Miles has been touched to the rear. He's going to come across and Burst has got with him. Miles has hung on to it somehow, but Burst has gone off into the wall, I think. That was incredible stuff, and it's bunched up all the drivers behind. There's a gaggle of cars behind with Sorosky and Gardner still side by side. Randall taking advantage and looking to get the clear run through there. Both Sorosky and Randall up positions. Gardner's where he started. Wow, what an opening sequence that was there, Corey. Tremendous save from Miles, but the front two in Perez and Hendrickson. Wow, the rivalry will continue, but amazing stuff as Miles now pulling up. I don't know if he's waiting for Burst or what.
I'm not entirely sure, Alex. There was a lot of discussion going on in the voice chat immediately afterwards. Burst said that he was trying to bump draft with Adam as they were going along the straightaway there, but anyone who's driven these skippies for any period of time is contact.
Massive contact
between Lay and Vancia. But anyone who knows these cars at all knows that these cars do not bump draft, Alex.
No, that's it, mate. Yeah, Lay and Devancia, was it coming together? Yeah, it looks like they've dropped back. Yeah, massive contact there. I'm just going to go back and see if I can find the contact. Yeah, there it is. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see he's looking to bump draft. And then as Miles moves over to open the corner, he's just clipped. And 100% Miles was redressing there. You see he's done a massive job of catching it, but that's put him right back into Burst. And but beautiful job catching it there. And then Burst, if I can find him, is just off into the never never. Clip the wall, and he'll probably have to pit after that, potentially, although he's right down the end at the minute. And I'm pretty sure that, well, or maybe Miles picked up the slowdown. That's why, because I thought it was Burst that he redressed, but actually I think it was the 4 car of Viore that he let through before he put the pedal on the metal and made it 3 wide through the hairpin on lap 2. But at the moment, it's Swarovski. He's taken full advantage to sit in front of Randall in P3. Oh, Gardner's, I don't know whether he's got a tap from behind or he's missed his braking marker, but he's almost gone into the rear there of, who was it there? Otuga, I think. And then he's gone off in the back there, Corey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Adam did get a slowdown there, but it looked like Neil had a massive wheel lock up there, and I think it might have been into the back of Adam, if not Otuga. But yeah, Adam's just in the middle of everything right now. Wherever he is where the drama is at the moment. So Adam trying to just recover from that entire sequence, and unfortunately just about getting caught up in Neil Gardner's little mistake there.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Meanwhile, up the front, we got Hendrickson and Perez. This amazing. These two are like magnets. Whenever they're on the track, they seem to be all together. As I think I just saw an off track for Vasco in the background. Swarovski, what's he got? He's going to run a bit of a wide out of. Oh, yeah, that'll bunch them all up, and Randall will take advantage of that. Otuga looked to go through as well. Miles potentially looking to make a 3 for out of it. Randall, who's got some tremendous pace here. Swarovski comes back and he'll get the inside running. I'm still on replay here, folks, because there was a lot to see out of that one. 3 wide into turn 1, if you don't mind. Miles with the Otuga back. Oh, Miles with the slide job into the rear. Miles has gone again. Sorry, Miles is off into the wall. Oh, wow. I think 3 wide at this stage of the race, probably somewhat ambitious there, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And I'm not sure what's going on, but Adam Miles, he must have run over a black Chinese cat underneath of a ladder, because he has all of the bad luck right now. This is absolutely incredible. I've never seen someone have so much bad luck in the first 5 laps of a race before.
It must be his season's worth of bad luck. Ian Burst now relegated to 14th and 15th, the last drivers running on the circuit at the moment. There is literally pockets of absolute excitement everywhere, including up front. I was just saying, these two are like magnets, Hendrickson and Perez, but the trouble has been drawn to Adam Miles here tonight. I don't think I've ever seen him have as many, dare I say, misadventures in any, well, combination of all his races put together, apart from maybe Bathurst last season, where we saw him launched into another universe, but or the exit of the cutting. But this race here sort of takes the cake.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. As I said, he's run over a black Chinese cat underneath of a ladder. That's the only way I can possibly explain it, because the amount of bad luck Adam Miles has had in this race is just absolutely incredible. But going back up to the front of the field now, and it's still Hendrickson and Perez in that order, but you can tell Perez hungry to look for a move, as we have about 9 3/4 laps to go now, and Perez is just... he's just playing nicely right now. He's not playing in the draft. He's not trying to get right up on the gearbox of Hendrickson, but he's still just looking for that little chink in the armor of Hendrickson. So when he does make a move, he's got it all planned out.
Yeah, there's probably no point in risking too much at this stage. Lap 6, sort of 9.5 to go. Not too much point in causing anything other than an error in your opponent. Be big in his mirrors, show the nose here and there without putting too much risk into your race, and then put all your cards on the table at the end, as we see Zorek go through on Vandenord there into the final sweeping set of corners, and gets the job done. The Sleepy Cat up 4 positions now into P11 as he let Zorek go through. Swarovski now relegated to P8 after being as high as 3rd at one point in the race. He's got Devante behind, Viore in front. Fiore, of course, having some sensational races here in previous seasons, I should say. Chenoweth now is chasing down Gardner, who's sitting in P5 at this stage. Just ahead them, you've got Otuga and Randall, two guys with pace and who like to race. They're looking to chase down the leaders if at all possible, and there's some movement behind as I think it's Viore's gone back to Chenoweth and one spot to Chenoweth into the hairpin, and now Swarovski just lifting out a bit to let Fiore back into the line for the risk of losing the draft and falling further behind the opportunity to finish as high as fourth, as that pack of, 6 drivers have plenty to play for still in this one, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. This is the effective battle for third right now between these 6. And I just noticed coming down from the waterfall, Viore really deep under brakes in that last right-hander, who's locking up both front wheels and just about catching the tail of Chenoweth. So it was very, very close between the two. But it looks like they've settled out a little bit here as with Neil on the front. Neil's got quite a bit of pace around here. He's done a lot of racing, and he's looking to try and catch up to these two ahead of them, because he's got a little bit of a score to settle with Randall as far as finishing position is concerned. So he'll be looking to try and get another one up on Randall before this is all said and done.
Yeah, interestingly, what is he doing? 36.3 last lap. Randall only doing 36.5. Randall, I don't know, the bright lights of the SNL race maybe getting to him, but he's got some great pace around here, just not quite showing the legs at the moment. Maybe it's with Otuga big in his mirrors, although he's not putting a lot of pressure, as now we see Zorek making the move on Devantia. Up the inside, the Sleepy Cat showing the nose too. Behind Devantia, can't over 3, buried deep in this one. Only up to 3 positions in what has been an incredibly eventful race to this point, Corey.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this is just not Sam's night either. He hasn't been involved in any drama. It's just a poor qualifying effort and, just the struggles of trying to get through on a track which is very hard to make overtakes. And he's up 3 from where he started, but this is one of those pressure to pass tracks. There are a couple of draft to pass areas, but it's still very difficult to pull off a move around this track.
That's it. The leaders have woken up, though. They're side by side now, coming through the final sector. Perez finally deciding to have a crack. I don't know if he's looking to bring the guys behind into it or just to have a bit more fun and excitement. Maybe he was the sleepy cat in the field and decided to wake things up a bit. But we live to fight another day, and the action may be brewing for later stages in the race as Perez is all over the back of Hendrickson still, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex, and we are now at the halfway point. 8 laps down, 7 to go. So it's going to be interesting to see how hard Perez is going to race from here on out. Looks like he's going to go for a move up on the inside of the hairpin. Hendrickson tried to close down the door, and just keeping his wing in there was Perez on the exit. Hendrickson with the better drive managed to drive away from him before contact was made, and if there was contact, it was only very slight. It's Perez just feigned a look to the inside of the waterfall. That is a passing opportunity if you can manage to get up there just right, Alex.
Yeah, there was a feather of a touch on the exit of 5 there at the hairpin. Just the feather, the rear of the torpedo. Blue and orange mobile certainly had a little bit more swagger in it. Oh, here we go. We're having a look here as Perez looks to do the work. There's contact. Oh, can he get it done? Looks like he might. Hendrickson's still there on the outside. Will he see the corner? Yes, he will. And there you go, Corey. They've got it done. That's how you get it done, with a bit of the hippie shakes, apparently. As Perez goes through on Hendrickson and takes the lead for the first time in the big one.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And it's surprising that they didn't make bigger contact than they did, especially in that final sequence of corners. That long, sweeping, double apex right-hander it can be absolute hell on these tires. And if you start sliding them at all, then you're going to be sliding for pretty much the entirety of that corner as the carcass of the tire gets super hot and doesn't really grip too well. But these two absolute professionals, and as you said, these guys are just like glue and magnets, and they'll just stick to each other and stay stuck together. So we'll have to wait and see what Hendrickson's going to do to reply here. At the moment, he's just sitting right in behind, just trying to maybe unsettle Perez a little bit by not going for a move. But with about 5.5 laps to go, it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between these two as the laps start ticking away.
Speaking of dynamic, there's some moves going on in that secondary pack. It's sort of split and it's not split. And Swarovski now going for moves on Viore through the fast 10-11 piece while they're up the back. They were and I'll tell you, Gardner has bridged the gap up to Randall, and Otuga's gone through on Randall as well. So that's massive effort from Captain 499 there to bridge the gap. Not only did he bridge the gap, but he's dropped the drivers behind. More or less, although they're starting kind of Chenoweth almost at 1.2 seconds, almost on the back there of that, and threatening to do so at any moment, particularly if those guys in the pack just in front do any racing, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. Battling around here will definitely lead to a slower lap times, as a mistake was made by Otuga there. He went a little bit wide on the exit of the first corner. He allowed Randall to get back up on his inside, then immediately went defensive in front of Gardner to try and not let him get in there. But Gardner looking to make the move on the outside now, which is a viable overtaking opportunity if you can stick in there. But wow, right up on the gearbox of Randall was Otuga to defend. And it looked like for a brief second that Gardner was going to try and go for the over-under as he pulls out of the draft, just to not get too close to these guys. But the racing action's definitely on with 5 to go.
Yeah, and they're still 2 by 2 behind. This time Swarovski and Viore once again going through the waterfall side by side, showing that it can be done. Swarovski will probably get the drive, and yeah, Viore cedes the corner there as Swarovski now sets his sight on Chenoweth, who in turn has his sights on the 3 in front of Randall, Otuga and Gardner, as our front two have settled down for the time being. Hendrickson just about 3/10 closes up under the slower sections of the final sector. Tighter line through the final corner, both using beautiful track width on exit, as Randall leading the second chasing pack with Otuga, who's up 5 positions. They are now some 4.5 seconds behind by the looks, so plenty to play for there. But yeah, and again, now it's Chenoweth looking to bridge the gap and Swarovski looking to go with him. And Viore kind of hanging on at the minute, but the question is, can Swarovski hang on to Chenoweth, who's looking to get in amongst that battle for the final spot on the podium? And speaking of which, there's a bit of cat and mouse going on in that, as Gardner closes up under braking. And importantly on the exit, stays with them. Are they going to have a look here? Is he going to force the point, make the guys in front battle? No, he's going to step out, rob the draft of the chasing wildlife warrior as they go through with only 3 to go when they cross the line next time round, mate.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. The battle for third here is starting to really intensify. And I think it is still a 6-car pack, because Chenoweth, as you said, is catching up to Gardner, but Swarovski has not dropped off the back of Chenoweth as well. He's been maintaining that gap at a nice stable, about 0.6 of a second there. So it's definitely not going to stretch out for these 6 unless a mistake is made in between them somewhere, which we have seen, especially in the warm-up race. One mistake could absolutely destroy a pack as it is, but these guys all have very level heads on their shoulders, and it looks like they're all racing very sensibly. As you said, with 3 laps to go, this is where everything could start going sideways for these guys now, Alex.
Yeah, this is day 3 at the Masters, moving day. This is where you want to get the hippie shakes on and start moving forward, as Hendrickson now starting to put the blowtorch onto Perez, who has to take well, shapes to take the defensive line, then comes back on the racing line as Hendrickson makes no move this time round. Randall similarly stays on the racing line. Oh, a little bit of an early turn in there just to dissuade Otuga as Otuga gets the tighter exit. But all that'll do is put him on the outside of the waterfall, which if they decide to go 2x2 is still a potential overtake when you come into the final sector, but not this time round as they go line astern once again, and it's at least a pack of 5 with Viore on the back by about 6/10 still hanging on for grim death. These guys, of course, now will likely shape up for some big moments in the last couple of laps, as will our leaders who run us through final sweeping chicane once again there at 12 and 13 as Perez, who does take that wider line through the penultimate corner to optimise his compromise on the exit so he can get the better run through the final corner. You know, plenty to learn from that, and the fact that you can take different lines and still be successful through there. As 2 to go, Corey, who's your money on?
Oh, you really put me on the spot for this one, and I think I'm going to have to go Perez for the win. And as far as this battle for third, I'm thinking Randall. I think Randall will hold off the pack. It's going to be an epic battle between Perez and Hendrickson for these last couple of laps, but I reckon Perez will come out on top, and I think Randall, as long as he doesn't get contact as Otuga comes up his inside into the hairpin, and let's see what kind of an exit they get. Otuga with a really good exit there, actually. He's gotten clear of Randall. Randall had to come back across the track, just about cut off the nose of Gardner as they come down towards the waterfall. We're now on the outside as Randall. He just has his nose ahead. Oh, and there's contact. And the group has absolutely grouped up. Around goes Randall. There goes my pick for third. And as I said, Alex, one small mistake, and that's all that it takes.
Yeah, that's it. Swarovski was making a move at the same time as just had nowhere to go at the end as Randall got turned there as well. We'll stick with it. We might look at that in replay at the end because we're coming into the final lap now. So Tuga skipped away. He's got third in the bag, but let's go check out on our leaders. What are they going to do for this final lap as Hendrickson is chasing down Perez? This battle continues as Chenoweth and Gardner battling through the final corner as well. Gardner, look, oh, wow, he's going to come out in front there. All right, Hendrickson and Perez, what have they got for us in this one? Let's ride on board with Hendrickson for a bit. See what he's got for us in this final lap battle. This down into turn 5, one of the primary passing opportunities. Oh, there we go. Perez has left the lane. Hendrickson's looking to take it. Oh, a little bit of hippie shoulders there. And will it be clear enough? Oh, it looks like he might be clear. He's going to leave Perez the inside. He's left it open, if you don't mind, and Perez steps through there. Oh, he's going to hold him very tight, though. This will go one way or the other. Oh, he's managed to get back through. Wow, that was very aggressive from both drivers, and Perez comes through as we see this chasing pack still side by side. It's Viore and Chenoweth. Viore looking to come through on the waterfall on the exit, but Chenoweth will have the run. Meanwhile, Gardner going for P4. Tuga's off and on his own. Let's check in with our leaders as they come through the final 11 and 12. Or 12 and 13 and 11 and 12 I should say. And then on exit, he's right there. This time this time he holds it tight to hold the win. Oh, then Hendrickson will look to come up the inside of the final corner, but it'll be Perez. Perez who goes for the win around the final corner and gets it done here tonight, Corey. Fantastic drive.
Yeah, what a win for Perez there on return. And as I said, it was going to be an epic battle between them on the last lap. And I'm so glad that they managed to get through it without crashing. Tuga second, Tuga third, Gardner came home fourth. Viore managed to get in front of Chenoweth there for P5, which is an amazing effort in itself. We're just waiting on the one car to come through to finish the race here. And I think that's going to be the 5 of Breeze. So he's just coming across the line now, but what a way to end that race, Alex. That was a spectacular final lap there for Perez and Hendrickson, who we know always put on a fantastic show.
Yeah, I just want to say the whole field. So this was a 6,100 plus strength of field. The whole field finished within 6 seconds of the race lead. What does that tell you about the quality? I mean, we saw so much action, so much bumping and grinding and all the rest of it. The 14 out of 15 drivers finished within 6.2 seconds, and Dylan Burst, who we saw had the big off and into the wall and everything, was only 16 seconds off the lead, a further 10 seconds back. But the top 14 cars in the race out of 15 were only 6 seconds apart. That's outstanding. A fantastic display of racing from all involved. Let's go. Oh, I think they were within 6 seconds. Oh, 15 seconds. My bad. I misread it. I was looking at the gaps. It was 15 seconds. But still, 15 seconds, that's a fair effort. Our winner then tonight was Christian Perez from Peaky Drivers. Welcome back, Christian, taking out a famous victory here on return. We haven't seen him for a few weeks, and he renewed his battle there with Hendrickson, who finished in second, and they continued their feisty battles from seasons past. And fortunately and thankfully, they both finished. So maybe cooler heads starting to prevail in that battle. Daniel Otuga, who fought his way through the melee of that second pack, which was 3 and then 6 and then 3 and 5, and ended up just being 1 on his own to take out his first podium here on a Sunday night. Here, congratulations to Daniel. Neil Gardner, Captain 499, finishes in 4th here tonight, again fighting his way through that tough pack for generally stupid and slow racing. Rasmus Fiori from Finland returns and takes out a top 5. Fantastic drive from Rasmus, who was sort of in it and then he wasn't, then he was back in it again and finishes the night with a top 5, just ahead of Goose Juice Racing's Ryan Chenoweth. Vasco Sorosky for Team Clowns finishes in 7th tonight in what was again another adventurous race. For him, no podium this week for the Kid Clown, but P7 nonetheless. Yone Zorek for Right Foot Breakers finishes in 8th. Mark Lay, the other clown in the field, in 9th tonight. The Cowboy, Sam Devantier, was up 3 positions to finish in 10th after not qualifying where he would have liked. And Peter Vandenor, the Sleepy Cat, has finished in 11th. The 3.8k driver down in 11th tonight, up 4 positions from where he started. Hopefully happy with his performance in amongst some of the best going around. Adam Miles, speaking of some of the best going around, had an amazing adventure out there tonight. Not one that I'm sure he's likely to forget soon. Down 10 positions from his front row starting position and finishing in 12th. Brian Kelly from the US of A down there in 13th position. Only managing to move up 1 spot from where he started. Jeff Randall in 14th for Gone Skipping Racing after the late stage of the race. Or I have to say, had a few bumps along the way, did Jeff. But down there in 14th at the end, that big one through the waterfall, unfortunately undoing him right there at the end. Dylan Burse in that lap 2. Shall we say, misguided adventure of bump drafting has cost him his result or any chance of getting a good result in his first foray out here on a Sunday night there, Corey. But plenty of action there. The drivers have shown up and put on a fairly good show out there tonight at what is an underrated track, but certainly not by those who know and love it.
That's exactly right, Alex. And immediately after the race finished, the discussion about bump drafting and a Skippy came up again, and they're still discussing it even right now. So this is probably one that's going to rage on for a while between these guys. But again, as you said, this is a fantastic track for racing. We always see such good action around here. No matter, what week we come here throughout a season, no matter what's going on in the season, those who know they come out here in the droves and they put on a very good show. And I didn't mean to make any of that rhyme, but hey, that's just the way it all came out, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Yeah, that's it, mate. But no, fantastic show tonight. Perez up a couple from where he started and managing to take out a fantastic win on his return action here on a Sunday night. So congratulations to him. Very impressed with some of the racing out there, and the fact that a lot of the drivers were able to stay in it until they weren't. Yeah, look, really fantastic work, and really appreciate the support of everyone turning up. And what's been a relatively slow week, there's been some great racing here during the week, some fantastic action side by side all over the place, and drivers really enjoying themselves. It's just been sometimes tough to get a race here at what unfortunately is a track that, like I said, is so underrated by many, but those who race here just know what sort of action it brings. But we've got Mr. Adam Miles in to join us to tell us about his adventures tonight. Adam, I can only describe them as fairly large adventures out there tonight. Certainly not the way you expected your race to go after starting on the front row, mate.
No, not at all. I was really happy with the qualifying because I've lacked a tenth or two here this week, and the lap had a small mistake in it. So, but for that, it would have been pole. And yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Unfortunately, Diller's first race, perhaps, his pace belying maybe his lack of running in these cars. And yeah, those of us who race these a lot know that the old bump draft isn't a strategy of these cars, let alone on a track like this where you barely get a sniff of fifth gear. So unfortunately, but mate, can I just say, fantastic catch and save, and then the unfortunate follow up 3 wide into turn 1 where it wasn't quite the same deal, mate.
Yeah, that was classic kind of got to make up time now while possible, basically. And yeah, I got a call, got the 3 wide call, and then just 2. I thought Daniel was on my far outside, so I tried to keep the car tighter than I needed to because I think in retrospect, I think he backed out. So at the end of the day, yeah, I mean that was on me, but I don't know. The first one, he's still defending it, I think, in the chat as a valid thing to do in these cars, and to a person, everyone is disagreeing with him, but perhaps the guy who's been racing the car for a week knows better than everyone else.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of seat time in these things, and every series has, I guess, it's like if I were to go up and run an oval, I'm always scared I'm going to tread on the etiquette toes of someone around me just because I don't know. But certainly, it's for those who race the series regularly, it's not so much of an etiquette thing as a risk sort of reduction sort of thing. You just don't do it in the cars. They're fragile, they turn easy, and as we know, the net code of sim racing isn't the most reliable of things either. So it's just one of those things, unfortunate. I'm hoping that Dylan does stick with the series because he's got a lot of pace, and I think he could bring a lot of value with his racing, and certainly it'd be great to see more strong drivers up the front of the field. But for this one, not his best night out for his first one, but hopefully something he can learn from and join us again soon. But for you, mate, not the night you were looking for, but hopefully it'll be a drop week, no doubt, but hopefully some good ones in the weeks to come.
Yeah, I had a good Iberian soft race, so I think that was a 250 pointer, so it'll probably count. But yeah, it's a shame to lose out on the big points, but we'll come back at Bathurst next week and hopefully keep it pointing in a straight line.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, sorry to see it go this way. Anyway, this week. Hopefully your Bathurst is a bit better next week than it was last season. But anyway, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Just you for reminding me what happened last week. Last season, I'd already forgotten it, but the flashbacks are coming.
Oh, mate, I think that was our most popular clip ever on YouTube. So, one for the books anyway, mate. Great to see you. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
See you, Alex.
There you go, Corey. Adam Miles there. You got to take the good with the bad, I guess. But look, no doubt. He's had such strong performances season on season. He was the bridesmaid for so long, but luck not going his way this week. Maybe that'll be it now. He's used up all his bad luck. It'll just be the good stuff left.
Well, one could only hope. I mean, as I said, I swear he's run over a black Chinese cat underneath a ladder for this week, because that's just how much bad luck he had in this one race, and all of it before lap 5. So the fact that he was able to recover for some SNL points there, actually quite incredible. and a very, very good job. Well done there to Adam for fighting back and managing to get into the points. But we know that Adam's going to come back strong, especially next week at Bathurst. We'll have a lot of very, very strong drivers next week at Bathurst, I think.
Yeah, it could be some epic pack racing there as well, just of a different kind, where it all condenses into two key passing zones, and yeah, and then the expectations and everything rise at the end there. Having said that, let's have a chat with our race winner now, Mr. Christian Perez. Welcome back, Christian. Great to see you out there having a good race and a good result. Nice victory out there. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, you have a good race out there. Did you enjoy that one? Looked like you and Tim renewed the rivalry, but it all finished well. You both finished pointing in the right direction in a 1-2.
Yeah, today we don't crash. Today we didn't crash, so that's a good thing for us. I think our relationship is growing up.
Yeah, potentially, but it looked like the first few laps you just built a gap, and then you had that move. I think it was about the halfway point in the race, and then Tim waited until the last couple of laps, and then they had a good race of it. So was that kind of the strategy? Did you want to lead going into the final lap, or just happy to be there once you had the gap?
Well, I didn't know how difficult it was to overtake here, first race. So, and I don't know either how is the championship going. So I didn't want to be rude on attack from lap 3. I wanted to fight every lap, but I said, okay, I'm going to wait a little bit because maybe he is P1 or P2, I don't know. So, but yeah, I was aggressive on the race as always and try not to crash. And yeah, that's it. It was good for me.
Yeah,
today.
good one, mate. Well, congratulations. Great to see you back out there. I know life's keeping you pretty busy, but you're always welcome here on a Sunday night. And it's great to see you get a win at the same time, mate. So congratulations. And is there anyone you'd like to say hello to tonight before we let you go?
Well, to Adam, he hadn't. Maybe he has not the best race ever with his new friend Dylan. So, yeah, to him, he will be stronger next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I make him a great overtake in lap 2 because I was afraid from behind, so I said I'm going to attack even 3 wide or 4 wide. I don't care. He will lift, and he lift.
That's it. Well, congratulations, mate. Great to see you out there having fun, and hopefully we get to see you again soon, mate. But all the best. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Of course, I will try to be here a little bit more, but yeah, work is work. Congratulations to you to get back to skipping SNL.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Christian, mate. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
There you go, Corey, the great Christian Perez. Great to see him back out there as always. And you see here, this looks like the move here that he was talking about potentially. Who's going to back out 3 wide into the waterfall? That's how you do it, I guess, is just put the pressure on early potentially, or just knowing when to apply the blowtorch a little bit can put you sort of a little bit of risk early, can reduce your risk later on. As we saw, he just sort of left all the risk with Adam, and we saw where that went.
Yeah, absolutely. Perez, one of the smartest heads-up drivers, and he definitely knows how to rattle your cage without you realizing your cage has been rattled. So Christian, right up there in race IQ, he's very respectfully aggressive with most drivers. Normally him and Hendrickson usually take that a little bit too far and get more aggressive than either of them probably would normally like. But, it was all really good, respectful racing out there tonight. And what a way for Perez to come back and come back with a very good win at what was a very interesting race here at this fun racetrack.
Yeah, that's it, mate. But, well, we've got one more driver. It's the head clown himself, Asko Sorowski. He's finished 7th tonight, which is where he started, alongside his teammate who's finished a couple back in 9th. But the The Clowns were putting on a good show. You were right up there in P3, mate, and then it all unravelled from there a bit.
You mean after all that, we're back? We're exactly the same. Should have just stayed still. Evening, fellas. I don't know what to report about that one. It wasn't fast enough. Full stop. And the ones at the front were just gone pretty much straight away. And then making too many mistakes. And there was one in the chicane coming down up the hill, whatever it is. I made a bit of a mistake. I let Jeff go back through, and I knew Adam and oh god, I can't remember who else was there. They were going to go, and then there was a bit compromise in the next corner, and then into turn one, I saw Adam down the inside. I said, we'll let him go, and he just was really sideways on the exit, and there was just a really big speed differential on it. I fought it, we timed it all right so Adam can go through and we can go in behind him, and then just with those tyres lighting up on Adam's car and just nudged him. So I'm sorry about that, but there wasn't much I could do in that one at all. And then I don't know, we're just racing for spots, and it was fun, battling for seventh point of view, but it was good fun. And then the waterfall, there was a bit of an incident there, and I thought we picked the right line, and then I had Jeff at 90 degrees in front of me, and that laid to that one, and away we went again.
Yeah,
but we survived. We finished.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That was an interesting one, that one through the waterfall there. When you talk about races within races, there were two races going on in the space of 3 car lengths. You were up the inside of the guy next to you, one car in the middle, and then Jeff, of course, going 2 by 2, and that one coming unstuck in front of you, and then the two races collide with you, as you say, with Jeff 90 degree. I mean, both moves are valid, the right time, the right place, and then it ends up being the right time and the wrong place, or the wrong time and the wrong place. Anyway, but you got to do these things, right? That's racing. Yeah, look, fantastic racing out there. There's plenty of action top to tail too, which was really great. But yeah, mate, P7 tonight. It's not the podium you were chasing, let alone the win. But I know Bathurst is next week, mate. So we all know, the Aussies get the 6th gear and the skippies there. So
that'll be a busy week with the draft, that one.
Yeah, that's it. All right, mate. Great to talk to you. Well done out there tonight. Great to see you and the Clowns all out there on track. I know Greg was out there in the second split as well. And I might just check how did he fare there.
I think there was an incident in that one.
Yeah. Right. Nathan Verney taking that out. At least the ANZ driver took it out there. Great to see the locked-on racer getting a win in the second split. But for now, Vasco, thanks for popping in. Thanks for your support as always, mate. Anyone like to give a shout-out to?
Oh, you, Corey, as always. The other drivers for making an event of it and being so fast and encouraging everyone else to come out and try to be as fast as them. And, my other clown mates and Mark for being in the race. It was good to see him in there. So, yes, that's about it.
Fantastic, mate. Always good to chat and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Corey had Clown, Vasco Swarovski with another point-scoring position, building on his already good haul of points this season. Although, like I said, sitting in third early on in the race. As you said, you graft your way forward, you end up back where you started. But look at this racing in the background. This was this point where Adam must have picked up the slowdown and he's trying to manage it. And there's, look at all those skippies you could throw a hanky over there. Fantastic stuff. But that might do us, folks. Thank you one and all for joining us. Congratulations to our race winner, Christian Perez, our other podium sitter, Tim Hendrickson, and Daniel Otuga taking out his first podium for the Norwegian driver. The Danish driver, Scandinavian gentleman. The other great Dane, of course, Dennis Johansson's been a bit absent. He's been racing a lot this week. We just need him here. But anyway, that'll do us, folks. Corey, do you want to tell the folks what we got coming up this week?
So immediately after this, I'm going to be playing the role of driver coach for Jeff Randall in some dirt oval action, which will be a little bit of fun. Then early tomorrow morning, I'll be a part of the Winstall League once more. And we're going to be tackling the 2004 Coca-Cola 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is going to be a little bit of fun. We're not doing the entire length of the race, thankfully, but we will be doing 100 laps, which is 150 miles. And then on Wednesday at 11:35 Western Australian Time, GMT +8. On the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, the Output Racing League will be making their way to Kansas, and that'll be a high, wide, and handsome kind of an affair. And then on Friday, I'll be participating in the Reverb series presented by Output, which is the modifieds in short tracks, and I think we're going to South Boston for that one. It's the penultimate race of the season there for that. And then back with you next week, Alex, as we tackle Bathurst.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Looking forward to that. Back to the sacred home of motorsports here in the land down under. But for now, folks, as I said, that'll do us. Make sure you go check us out at all the places. Particularly if you do want to check, or we do dual stream now on the Top Split YouTube channel in 1440p. But of course, we are here next week in the Top Split TV Twitch channel, which of course is the sacred home of Sunday Night Lights. But the Top Split YouTube is also where you'll find all 30 plus seasons of Monday and Sunday Night Lights in our great history here of junior open wheel racing and some of the beautiful racing that it does produce. But thank you as always to everyone for your support both on track and off. It is very much appreciated. And on behalf of the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for now.